Hey everybody, I'm Drak.
And I'm Shadow.
As if we change our names. We totally didn't do that, right?
No.
Okay, good. I have too many things to keep track of as is. Alright, this is our Let's Play of Phantasy Star Part 8. We are on our way over to Hoth, and no, I am not saying it. No, this guy is a dork.
Oh, that's funny. Maybe it's not that funny, but it's funny.
Funny for you. I'm irritated with the guy. Okay, and we are going to skewer on Dezoris.
Skewer.
And while we are on our way... Ship music!
Get set for warp speed.
Make it so, number one.
And we're traveling the galaxy to Hoth. We are now at Hoth, everybody.
See? We told you. It's snow. Although trees exist, and I don't know how that works.
I guess it's not quite tundra.
Apparently not. It's not tundra enough for you. Okay, and then I actually just realized that I'm going the wrong direction.
Whoops.
That happens. Especially on Hoth.
Well, really, you play through these dungeons, people, and you don't get lost.
Yes. Especially when... like, there is a couple of adjoining tunnels in order to get to town. Oh, I remember what I did. I had to go back to Skjord. Because we get to get a fun item, Alex.
Yay, fun.
Fun is our middle name. Can you tell?
Well, F is for friends who do stuff together. U is for you and me. And N is for anywhere, anytime at all.
I'm not going to finish it. I'm just going to say SpongeBob reference. I'm not all that keen on SpongeBob or Adventure Time or anything like that. They're not my time.
But sometimes F is for fire that burns down the whole town.
Yes, it is.
And U is for uranium.
Bombs.
And N is for no survivors.
Jeez. Okay, so while we were dealing with that, we actually got the fun little item. It is the wand, so not only is this an equipable item, Alex, but if you have all your party members use it, you get an instant escape from battle.
That's right.
Yay!
Unfortunately, it's the most tedious item because you have to use it for every single character.
It is, but thankfully we do now have something to at least make these dungeons quicker. Oh, and we also got a glove for our Pikachu because she has cold feet.
Obligatory power glove joke here.
It's so bad. Chicka-chicka. I'm sorry. The critic had, or was the critic or?
Well,
it was either the critic or the nerd that actually made that boom boom with Lucas joke, and I think it just works. I love the power glove. It's so bad.
He's been arrested now because he's a convicted sex offender.
Lucas is?
Yes.
Oh, really? Oh, boy. Oh, you Hollywood types. Actually, speaking of the nostalgia critic, so I did something that I was hesitant to do beforehand, and now I kind of wish I hadn't. I went off and watched Suburban Nights. Don't get me wrong, it's funny, but not all the time. But I did like the power glove joke they made in that.
Well, as you can see now, we're actually selling off all our crap.
We are selling off a bunch of stuff because after a while, key items aren't useful anymore, and we actually do need the inventory for burgers and stuff like that for dungeons.
And let's face it, if LASIK kicks our ass, we don't want him to get his greedy paws on our stuff.
No.
So we're just gonna sell it all. So he can't get any of our stuff.
Look, our brother paid for the eye surgery. He got his bill. That's just the bottom line of it. And if he wants to sell off our crap because I can't even remember what the brother's name was.
I don't either. Did he even get a name?
I think it was like Neo or something. Crap. Whoa. Anyway, so yeah, I mean, he paid off the bill. I'm sorry. Bottom line, boys and girls. I'm not paying the eye surgery bill. That's why I'm out for revenge. The bill was too expensive. You see how we're actually adding reasons to the revenge now? We're adding game exposition where there was none. At least I can say with, here it comes, incoming Final Fantasy reference. At least there was a story there.
I mean, there's a story here, but it's not much.
It's very loose, and the first Final Fantasy game story was pretty loose too.
I mean, I could even kind of see the same deal with online. There's a story, and there's actually a lot of backstory, but it's not really told to you very much in the game. Mm-hmm. The Phantasy Star series always seems to put a bit more of an emphasis on the gameplay. Which isn't a bad thing, I mean...
Except in this game.
Right.
Where they were trying to learn the gameplay. Just saying, They were trying to learn.
It's what made writing that script so freaking hard for Phantasy Star the movie. Okay, it's not an existing movie yet, it's just my sad, pathetic attempt at making a treatment for one. For the based on the online game, not based on this one.
You gonna get Sam Raimi to direct that too?
No, I'm gonna direct it myself.
Okay, good. Because Sam Raimi hasn't moved fast enough with Warcraft. Just saying. Oh snap, did I bring up Warcraft? Yes, I did. Flame shield up. But anyway, like I said, I mean, with these first RPGs, they do have loose stories. Mainly because we're trying to get you used to how things are supposed to work in this universe. At least it isn't like Ultima where they mixed. You'll get a kick out of this, Alex. In the first Ultima game, which was based in fantasy and Dungeons and Dragons and all that, you could buy a spaceship.
Nice.
And become a space ace.
Nice.
And go back in time.
Even more nice.
I mean, seriously, it really was D&D and Doctor Who. It was. And so at least you didn't have, like Richard Garriott kind of fumbling through what elements of sci-fi and fantasy he wanted before he eventually said, no, strictly fantasy, I will make my own sci-fi franchise. Wing Commander, another franchise ruined by EA. Damn you.
Out the door.
Gee, Alex, I don't have a hatred for Electronic Arts, do I?
You do.
Okay, good. I just wanted to clarify that. F you, EA!
Oh, God forbid there's a linear single-path dungeon. No, they gotta make these separate ice caves, each and every one of them.
Exactly. And unfortunately, this was one thing that I kind of sat there and scratched my head at. You had 4 adjoining tunnels to the nearest town. Why didn't you just have one tunnel and then put the town there?
Complexity addiction.
Oh, and here comes our favorite one.
The White Dragon.
The Blue Eyes White Dragon!
Except it was red eyes and a blue dragon.
I don't care.
Well, you should care, because you can't...
I'm looking for Kaiba references.
Into the Kaiba cave.
Into the Kaiba cave. Screw the rules, I have belt buckles for arms.
What are we sitting here for?
You know what? He can...
Now we're moving.
This was also... The other issue with our gameplay was we were looking at guides and maps.
Right.
Because we didn't want to get lost.
Yeah, we want to...
So, if there's a little bit of a delay, trust me, there was a longer delay. Just because we were trying to figure out... Or I was trying to make sure we were going in the right direction.
It's grinding now. Grinding.
It's great. Yeah, it's RPGs, Alex. It's RPGs.
RPGs. It's just like platforming. Only it's not.
Platforming. Platform. We're trying to create new memes. Memes.
Make your own memes. Yeah.
So I have to go back to, we were talking about Kaiba for a second there, and I have to make one complaint about the guy. And I actually like that character. Because he's quirky. His outfits were... What the heck?
It seems to be this thing for kids anime. They always have to have the most ridiculous outfits and ridiculous hair. You remember Beyblade, don't you?
I've only seen pieces of Beyblade.
because I remember before the art got like all chibified, before the first season.
Chibified, new meme.
The first season had like full on scale people, so to speak. And they all had the most ridiculous looking outfits and hair and everything else.
Well, and what's interestingly enough is that apparently food was more abundant in the first season of Beyblade, because I do also remember seeing pieces of the second season, and all of them went anorexic.
Yeah, that's what I meant by Chibify.
Oh, that's Chibify. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Because they all went like smaller and like flatter. It's weird.
Yeah.
I think because they shifted production houses, but that's still weird that the art would change so drastically like that.
What it actually reminded me of was Duel Masters, in the fact that you had this crappy this. I'm gonna get flamed for saying crappy, but it wasn't the greatest of anime. It
was a Yu-Gi-Oh
looking
knockoff.
Yeah, exactly. And then they spent a lot more on the CG monsters and things like that in that series. Same thing with Beyblade. They spent more time on the monsters inside the tops.
I think Duel Masters, if I recall, wasn't that the one with the kid they looked like a ventriloquist dummy? Well, I thought they all looked like that. I think they all looked like they were.
No, the one you're thinking of was, yes, we both watched Toonami. Get over it. Zatch Bell.
Yeah, I think that's it. Zatch Bell.
Yeah, where they all look like dolls and
not the cute.
Except
kind of
for the villain doll who looked like something out of freaking Naruto. I always kind of looked at that one and went, "Why are you in this universe? You are nowhere near as cutesy." And yet he existed.
Yeah, the days of kids anime on
Toonami.
And Toonami and ABC Family or Fox Family, whenever it was in those weird transitional periods between
the
ABC.
The problem is
and
that
Pat Robertson's 700 Club crap.
I hate to say it, but one of the problems also is just the fact that the kids shows eventually just went to either the tournament style, because Yu-Gi-Oh did so well and Pokemon was doing so well, or they went to insert superhero here. So you had like numerous relaunches of Spider-Man, of the X-Men, of Superman, of all that.
Yeah.
And then you had other takes, which were just like Spider Riders, where you were like, huh?
Spider Riders. I'm gonna give
where did that idea come out of left field? I mean,
well, Spider Riders is based on several children's books, but I'm gonna have to give Spider Riders credit. Look, at first, I didn't watch it. I watched maybe like an episode or two and thought, yeah, okay, whatever. It's a kids anime. It doesn't look that good. Then I found out I knew who the writer of it was, but that's another story anyway. But I gotta give Spider Riders credit. It's actually perhaps one of the more original and better looking kids shows out there. And this is from the studio that gets so much flack for their crappy shows.
I'll take your word for it. I mean,
and granted, I still haven't watched all through Spider Riders, but I look at the kids' animes today, and they all seem to be hybrids of Yu-Gi-Oh! or Beyblade.
They're all tournament shows, is basically what they are.
Uh-huh.
Oh, look, it's an evil head! We must kill him! Oh, wait. He has powers? He has healing powers?
Who needs to be healed?
Alex, the game has broken my brain.
Yes, now our enemies now
It's like Ava all over again. But yeah, that's the problem that unfortunately cartoons have, is they're either very heavy on the tournaments or heavy on the crappery, like SpongeBob and Adventure Time and all that. I've actually kind of noticed that Cartoon Network has drastically shifted in that direction, because I can't seem to find a show that isn't trying to be a SpongeBob hybrid. And yeah, Cartoon Network has a lot of them.
Yeah, it seems every kid's show today seems to want to be satirical and satire.
Yeah, and it doesn't
I guess
really
because
work.
I guess because before, kids shows tended to be more market heavy, more aimed to pushing out product, and people complain.
Pushing out toys and stuff like that.
But, I'd rather have that than your really crappy subtle attempt at satire, especially when it becomes not subtle.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, yay! And now we get an interesting tool that we will be using only on Hoth. We get the Ice Digger!
Yeah!
In other words, fast transportation on the snow planet. No, we're not walking everywhere. I refuse.
Yeah, there's some mode of actual car transportation in this game. I can't believe it. It's so amazing.
It's so amazing! Oh, yeah! Dexter's Laboratory. Again, another good cartoon.
Good cartoon.
And had Randy Savage actually do something on it.
Man, and I always think of Mandark.
Oh, I love Mandark. I wish I could do the laugh. We can only do cheap mockeries of it.
We can only... Yeah, Eddie Deason. Eddie Deason is genius.
It's awesome.
I remember seeing, like, this early Steven Spielberg film, and it was written by Robert Zemeckis and Bob Gale. It was 1941, and it actually had the voice of Mandark in it. I'm like, why does he sound familiar to me? Oh, that's Mandark!
Or Susan. I loved that reveal about Mandark in the series. It was his parents were hippies. And so the reason that he loved technology and became a supervillain was because his parents were hippies.
Oh, yeah. I think he's also in the Polar Express.
Yeah, he's the know-it-all kid.
Yeah.
Dude, he's like... he subtly pops into everywhere, in my opinion. I've seen him in a bunch of animation movies and series where I'm just like, why are you there?
Yeah, he's in War Games, too. The complete filmography of Eddie Deason.
Shall we play a game? Yet another movie I've not seen.
You've never seen War Games.
I am backed up.
You call yourself a child of the 80s. I've seen War Games, and I'm a child of the 90s.
I am backed up on a lot of stuff that I wished I could have seen, and for reasons I'm not going to disclose on the internet. It's kind of the same reasons why I haven't seen... If you guys have seen our Part 8 of Shadows of the Empire at that point, it's kind of the same reason why I've never seen a single Adam Sandler movie.
Mm-hmm.
That's all you get. That's all you get.
Okay.
Flawless victory. I don't know why I did that, but it was fun. And here's our Ice Digger!
Ice Digger. We can plow through trees without destroying them.
Now, I should probably clarify something before somebody actually points that out. Yes, we mentioned ship music. Hovercraft and Ice Digger both have the exact same music. Why don't we say Ice Digger music? Here you go. Ice Digger music! What?
I was trying to do crickets.
That's okay.
Maybe I should do a cicada buzz.
Well, I'm waiting. I don't care. Bring on the hate. Okay, no calling your dog now.
Something of a cicada buzz anyway. I don't know if you watch Higurashi.
Nope.
No, I wouldn't think so.
Alex finds out I get to animate, but in my own due course, and most of the time I stick with stuff that looks remotely interesting.
Many
so,
times
like, all the... Well, the rare stuff, the stuff that's, like, outside the box, comes from him. And so at that point, he's like, oh, have you ever tried this series? No, it's not really giant robots or anything like that. Oh, but you'll still like it. And then he warps my brain with Evangelion. Okay, now this is, I'm probably saying it wrong, but this is Guaran Morgue. This is one of the first dungeons that we're going to need to hit on Hoth. And we're going to take a quick break before we start it up. Once again, I am Drak.
And I'm Shadow.
And we'll see you in a bit.